Great. Thanks, Wade. Yeah, it's great to be here again, announcing another exciting player acquisition to the club in Michael Frazier. A little bit about Michael. He's someone who's had a pretty incredible career to date, and he's kind of won at every level that he's played. Started his high school career at Montverde Academy, got to a Final Four at the University of Florida, playing alongside a familiar player that everyone in Perth would know in Casey Prather, and then obviously playing for the current Chicago Bulls coach in Billy Donovan. So had a lot of success through his collegiate career. Has just won at every level. Won a gold medal on the 19 World Cup, and has continued that on and played senior men's competition for the USA during their FIBA Americas qualifiers, and has gotten to 2 G League championship series, winning one of them with RGV Vipers, the Houston Rockets G League affiliate. And I think for us as an organization, when we are evaluating talent and guys we want to bring into our program, I think winning and guys that have won consistently at every stop of their career, which Michael has done, is really attractive. And that was definitely part of our decision-making process when we decided to sign him and bring him here to Perth. In terms of his game, extremely exciting perimeter player who we're adding to an already really deep roster. We feel like we've got a really good mix now of youth and veterans, and adding Michael on the perimeter just gives us a lot of flexibility in terms of how Scott will play. I think as the game continues to modernize and become more positionless, I think someone like Michael just fills a lot of boxes. And I think the biggest part of bringing him in, as well as his ability to score the ball, is he's a two-way guy, and he plays both ends of the floor, and he plays the right way. And we can't be more than we couldn't be happier with being able to secure him and get him down to Perth for this season. And we're really excited to see him in a Wildcats uniform for this upcoming season.
Just one for Danny, first of all, before we get on to Michael. Just a lot of fans are talking about that you don't have a centre, you don't have someone rebounding aside from a jock. Is that your next step in this process?
Yeah, definitely. We've still got one roster spot to fill, and I think it's pretty clear. You could say that that's kind of the area of focus we're targeting, and I think you'll see pretty soon. We're in discussions with a lot of guys, but pretty soon there'll be a pretty exciting announcement that I think everyone will be pretty happy about. But that's definitely a focus of ours for that last position. Is that big?
Michael, welcome to Perth. Exciting roster, isn't it? I mean, you've got the best player in the competition, or has been over the last 3 years, in Bryce Cotton, and you seem to be a similar type player that's going to create just as much excitement. How are you looking forward to the season?
I'm very excited. Obviously, the winning history and the winning culture that I'm stepping into is something that's very important for me. Like Danny said, as a winner myself, being fortunate enough to be on winning teams throughout my career and play at the highest level, compete at the highest level, and learn from, some of the greatest minds in basketball that we've seen. To be able to continue on that type of journey, is something that's very special to me. And, I'm looking forward to being in a Perth Wildcats uniform.
Every question is asked about that winning culture here at the Perth Wildcats. What do you know about the team and, the history of it and what they're like at the moment currently with their roster?
Well, obviously, our leader is Bryce Cotton, who was the MVP of the league and, has won at a high level, has won championships, knows what it takes to win. So I'm eager to learn, alongside, behind him, learn from, Coach Scott and, just try and win a championship for the city of Perth, man. That's really the end goal. Every organization that I step into that I, become a part of, I want to bring some of my winning expertise. So that's what I intend to do here with this organization. And obviously, with the guys that we have on the roster, I think we can definitely compete for that championship. It has a long history of competing for championships every year. So I think nobody's beating around the bush about what the expectation is. And, from day one, that's going to be my mentality to do whatever, coach asked me to do, and play to the best of my ability, play for my teammates. I know that the organization is big on chemistry, I pride myself on somebody that can, be multifaceted and do whatever the team needs to help, win the game and be successful. So, that's kind of my mindset going into this year.
You look like a absolutely fantastic shooter, but can you play the 1, 2, and 3? You're pretty versatile in that sort of sense.
Absolutely. Actually growing up, in high school, I actually played the point guard position. So, that's no problem for me. And I've most of my career professionally, I've been a 2-3. So, I can guard all of those positions. I can play all of them offensively. So, whatever coach asks me to do, I'm going to do it and do it to the best of my ability and, try and get a championship.
Yeah, Michael. You mentioned we've heard about your winning record. That's obviously doesn't just happen. You need to be a certain type of player to go to winning organisations. What do you focus on to make sure that you're not ego-driven and it's more success from the team-driven?
I think from an early age, I understood that if your team has success, if you're on a winning team, then the individual success will come. And that's kind of something that I've just prided myself on throughout my career. Something I've been taught that I was fortunate enough to learn at a young age that I don't think, a lot of people are as fortunate to learn that. So it's helped me up to this point, and I don't intend to change anything. I'm trying to continue to learn and be a sponge and, get better. I think that I can still improve as a player. Obviously, I want to win a lot more championships before my career is over with. So, the way I see it is, why not start with one this year?
I think when Danny, was looking for the next player to sign, I was hoping he would go for the best player available, and I think that's what we got in Michael. The way we're going to play, there's going to be lots of opportunities for all of our strong perimeter players to get out there and show their strengths. So I think having someone like Michael who can fit in with a guy like Bryce, but also be a go-to guy himself, is a big thing for us. Plus, he is a standout on the defensive end, which is important for us if we want to be a versatile team. I think I don't want to keep going on his success that he's had, but I've witnessed firsthand him winning. I was in Prague in 2013. He put us out of the competition in the quarterfinals. I was with Team Canada. So ever since then, I know he's been continuing that success, and I'm quite confident that he's going to help us get over the hump as well.
And like you mentioned before, that the fans' reactions about where's the rebounding sort of going to come from, can you assure them that you're confident that with the squad that you've got, that you have that power on the boards to be able to gain enough of those?
Well, I'm sure Danny's got something up his sleeve to finish off the roster, but at the end of the day, I've seen a lot of tall guys that can't rebound, and I've seen a lot of shorter guys that are great rebounders. It's more about what's inside. It's more about technique, blocking out, and desire to get the ball. So we're going to try and instill that in our players, regardless of what our roster looks like. And if we're a smaller, more athletic team, we'll get to the rebounds quicker. That's going to be what we'll try to do. But I'm sure we'll have a little bit of help, when things are all said and done.
And Danny, you mentioned that there's one sort of in the wings still that you're working on. Were those two, was whoever you're going to sign next and Michael, were they hand in hand in terms of you knew you had one up your sleeve on the way, so you could afford to use the import position on this type of a player rather than the other way around?
Not really. I think honestly the way I view the game, I think the way Scott views it is honestly, we were looking for the best talent available, and there's a lot of guys right now that are in NBA camps that are starting to get waived and either going to the G League or deciding on going overseas. And when we came across that Michael was available and he had a decision to make as well to go overseas or potentially go to training camp with an NBA team, it was too good of an opportunity for us to pass up and add to our roster. And yeah, clearly, that position is of need, but that'll be addressed pretty shortly, and I think people will be really, really excited once we finalize the roster with our 11 spots.
Question from Michael. Michael, what do you know of Australia?
Well, not much, but I'm eager to learn. Like I said earlier, I want to be a sponge and just soak up the experience. Obviously my priority is going to be to come there and do my job and, help us win. But, I'm excited to learn about all facets of Australia and the culture and, the people. I'm very excited. I have an open mind when it comes to those types of things. So, yeah, I'm excited to get there.
I guess every now and again an import comes and they sort of fall in love with the place and they never leave. Are you open to that, or is Perth just a stepping stone in your career?
Well, I mean, I try to just, live in the moment. I mean, hopefully it does go that well to where I never want to leave. That would be best case scenario. So, we'll see what happens. But, I'm ready to get this show on the road, man. I am excited to get down there and, meet my teammates and meet the staff and, get to work. So I'm very excited.
And obviously you've been around for a while. Who would be the best you've shared the court with on your journey?
Oof, that's a tough one. I would probably say either James Harden or Chris Paul. Those two. And then I gotta throw Russell in there as well. Obviously, that's a tough one, man. That's a tough one.
Michael, you also, I think, played college basketball with Casey Prather. He's a bit of a legend down under here at the Perth Wildcats. Do you stay in touch with him, and have you spoken to him at all about playing for Perth or playing in the NBL?
Yeah, we spoke a little bit. We have the same agent. So he just kind of told me to just attack the situation. Go into it with an open mind. It's a great place. I'm going to love it. And I have no doubt in my mind about that. But, I'm coming on a mission, man. I truly, sincerely want to bring this organization, this city, a championship. So I'm coming to work from day one. That's going to be my main goal, my main focus.
I look forward to it. And just one last one. Sorry, Danny, you've been teasing us, mate, about this other player, so I'm going to have one more crack at it. Will he be an Australian, or could there be a potential next star, or I don't know the exact word, a next generation star? Can you give us just something a little bit more, Danny, just to keep the fans all juiced up and ready for the season?
Yeah. No, definitely. I mean, we're in different discussions with both cross of those. There's some Australians that we're talking with, and there are some potential next stars. So, I guess I'll leave it with sooner rather than later. There'll be an announcement, and I think people will be pretty excited about it.